Hi everybody, this is Tammy with the Forgiveness Connection, and I'm coming to you live tonight for your episode number 42 of Forgiveness on the Fly. Tonight we're going to talk about birth trauma. So we're going to do some affirmations I would do with a client in the office that brings in a child that's struggling in life, having difficulty moving forward or feeling stuck in life. And it might be connected to the birth trauma where they maybe didn't come out of the womb so easily. So we're going to do some affirmations. Let's go ahead and begin. I forgive myself for believing my son or daughter always has to struggle in transitions because the very first transition of their life was difficult. And deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing I have to worry about every transition in my child's life because the first moments of their life were full of worry and trauma as they were born into this world. Deep breath in. I forgive my son or daughter for believing it's not safe to transition into new things based on their birth story. Deep breath in. As a mother, I forgive myself for believing it's all my fault because of what I ate or how my stress level was during the pregnancy or the arguing with their dad that maybe led to this trauma at their birth where they struggled to survive, and now they struggle to survive transitions and everyday life. Deep breath in. I forgive my son or daughter for feeling stuck with school and friends and getting a job and even feeling stuck about what they want to do next based on this early trauma and birth story where maybe they came out early and they didn't get to experience the last bit of being in the womb. And now they struggle and cling to what's happening instead of transitioning easily and knowing what's next for them. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing it's always going to be this way for my son or my daughter. They're always going to struggle with doing something new. They're going to struggle with feeling stuck in situations, and they're going to have difficulty moving forward. Take a deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing I'd have to go back and have a different birth story before this could change in their life. That they could transition easily and that they could know what's next and easily move into it. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for anything I did that may have caused this. Any stress I had in my life that I feel responsible for. Deep breath in. I forgive the trauma that actually happened, the birth, the doctors, any forceps or things that were more aggressive in the birthing room that felt traumatic to my child. And I forgive myself for my emotional state during that time and the trauma that the baby experienced just based on being in that room with me. Deep breath in. I forgive my little baby for having to come out early or staying in too long, depending on what your story is, and for the trauma that caused in my mind and the trauma that caused in their body. And deep breath in. I ask my son or daughter to forgive me for my part. Deep breath in. I forgive the doctors for their part. Deep breath in. I give my son or daughter permission to forgive me for my part, and I forgive them for their part. I forgive them for taking my easy life away from me and for this preemie baby life full of excitement and terror that I experienced when they came out too soon. Deep breath in. I love and accept myself letting go of this traumatic birth story that my child experienced, and also asking God to help release the birth story from my son or daughter so that they can feel safe and secure in their environment right now and safe and secure when they transition to something new. Deep breath in. I call up all the pain of this birth story and I release it to God's love and divine healing. Deep breath in. Without holding on to the birth story, the trauma of it, the terror of it, the known, the unknown, everything that could have happened, I'm free to open up massive space where I can feel the love and connection with my child that did occur, even through the trauma, and I can focus on that. Deep breath in. Without that pattern, my child can focus on the same. They can release the birth trauma from every cell of their mind, their body, and their spirit. And they can focus on the love and connection that they felt with me during the birth process. Deep breath in. Without this pattern, we're both free to move into new stages and phases of their adolescence and their teenage years and even into adulthood where they transition easily. They know the right thing to do. They get advice. They are full of confidence and not fearful for what's next. Deep breath in. Without this pattern, my child, my teenager is free to thrive, to do new things, to excel, to try new things, to want to do things, to be successful, and to know that he or she can always come to me and ask for help. And deep breath in. I love and accept myself letting go of this birth story and accepting the peace and grace and protection that was provided in the moment and that we're on the other side of it. We made it through. Deep breath in. One more deep breath in. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Those were some affirmations for a difficult or a traumatic birth story. If you actually have one of those stories, that was your story, or maybe your son or daughter's story, and they might be struggling with a transition in their life, I'd love to talk to you. Please reach out, give me a call, schedule a session to bring them in, and I'll help you work through anything that you can't work through on your own about this story. Birthing a child is traumatic on both ends, like your side and their side. So even a natural birth, even a very easy birth has trauma connected to it. So again, this is Tammy with the Forgiveness Connection, where forgiveness is key. Stay tuned tomorrow night for another episode of Forgiveness on the Fly. Bye.